Hello, this is Mahlena Ray Johnson with For Nerdy Girls with Mahlena Ray Johnson. That's me. Today we are going to talk about who are you and what do you want? That's me, Mahlena, explain the only three things you need to remember at a networking event. One, who you are. Two, what you want. And three, nobody knows what they're doing. That needs to have an S at the end. Okay, so again, who am I? I'm Mahlena Ray Johnson, and I went to Loyola Marymount for film school. I went to the University of Southern California for business school, where I got my MBA in marketing, entertainment, and entrepreneurship. And over the past 10 years, I have conducted hundreds of informational interviews and coffee chats, and I have attended hundreds of networking events and conferences and connected with thousands of people. So I am immensely qualified to help you with your networking skills and help you collaborate, communicate, and connect with other professional, creative women. I think that's all I'm supposed to say. Oh, I'm also, it's April 10th, 2018, and I'm working on my fourth book, Love It a Luau, which is in its final draft, and it will be out soon, hopefully in May. So let's talk about this topic today. Who are you and what do you want? This is about focusing on those things when you go to networking events. Oftentimes people get really intimidated by networking events because you sign up and you have to convince yourself to go, especially if you're an awkward introvert like me. You think, okay, we're going to go in, and even if we don't know anybody, we have to talk to somebody so we don't look completely doofy. So the three things that I want you to know, again, are who you are, what you want, and nobody knows what they're doing. First, who you are. Before you enter a room, actually before you actually sign up for this event, you should know who you are. For instance, there's a lot of different aspects to all of us. Each person contains multitudes. And if you are going to a specific type of event, you have to know who you are and admit that to yourself so that you can tell other people. For instance, in this particular video, I like to introduce myself by saying where I went to school and what I did, and relate that to networking because it's really important in the entertainment industry and in business and in pretty much every other industry out there. Though specifically, being able to talk to people and doing it on a consistent basis is really important. So that's why I start off the videos by saying who I am. I went to such and such schools for this specific reason, and that's why I'm here to help you. So another thing about me is that I mentioned that I'm an awkward introvert. This is true. Even though I do these videos, I have written about how I have a body dysmorphic disorder, but I do things and push through because I have a lot of ambition inside my tummy, and I want to keep moving forward. So that's what I'm here to talk to you about. Who are you in these different events? So if you are going to an event that is specific to your industry, know who you are in that industry. And if you haven't been in that industry before and you're a career changer or you want to find new clients or colleagues in an industry that you're not as familiar with, let people know that. Don't pretend like you have this long career in physics and you're at NASA, but you really have been teaching maybe Spanish history for the past 10 years. Just be honest about who you are and why you want to be there. It's okay not to know all the answers, and it's okay not to have all the experience, but be honest with yourself about who you are so that you can let other people know so that they know how to help you. All right, 2, what you want. So when you are at an event, there are lots of different people you can talk to, and I encourage you to talk to a variety of people. But you also have to know why you're at the event and what you want to get out of it. What I try to get out of any networking event that I have gone to in the past is talking to 3 people and then seeing if I want to continue staying at the event to develop more relationships. So talking to 3 people allows you to meet a variety of people, but not overwhelm yourself by trying to get to everyone in the room. Even if there's only 20 people in the room, networking events aren't usually all day long. I mean, those are usually called conferences. So you don't want to attempt to meet every person in the room. So one of the things that I remember from business school is that, especially at entertainment events, there were not that many Black people in the room. One of my friends at the time told me that a piece of advice that she got from someone else is to talk to all the other Black people in the room and make sure you talk to them. And I said, well, I do that, and then I run out of people. There usually weren't more than 3 people and 3 Black people in the room. But I try to talk to as many people as I could in the time allotted in a way that gave me time to actually learn about the other person. So you're not someone who's going to go around just giving your business cards out. What you want is to establish an acquaintanceship with this person at minimum. And if this person is not necessarily the right person for you to be talking to, and you think, oh, I don't know if this person, not because of their status or their position, but because you're not feeling a comfortable vibe with them, then you can move on to another person. So what you want in any networking event or any networking group is to attempt to connect with 3 people. And if you go beyond that, great. But I do not want you to try to connect with every person in the room. Pick 3 and then see how you feel, because networking can be draining, and I don't want you to collapse at a networking event. 3, nobody knows what they're doing. This is something that I try to emphasize to people, because people can get intimidated by especially networking, and especially at events where everyone else seems to know each other and only want to talk to the other people they know. This is one way that you can approach a networking event, only talking to people that you know, but those people don't necessarily know what they're doing. Yes, you can talk to somebody that you haven't seen in a while at a networking event and say, oh my gosh, it's so great to catch up and such. If you see that person, talk to them for a few minutes, and then if they're an actual friend or an actual colleague, say, I'm going to catch up with you. I'm going to email you so that we can have some time to connect after the event, because you don't want to spend an event just talking to 1 or 2 people that you already know. It's good to reconnect with them and then say, let's pick a time later. I'm going to email you or text you so that we can set up a coffee or a lunch later this week or later next week. Do not spend your time just talking to people you know. Definitely say hi to them. Don't ignore them, especially if there's someone you enjoy, but do not spend all your time talking to people that you already know. Also, other people feel awkward and introverted as well. Just because they sign up for the event doesn't mean that they actually know how to mix and mingle. Once you understand that, it makes it a lot less intimidating to go to these events and not feel like everyone else knows exactly what they're doing and exactly why they're here and exactly who they should talk to. No, everybody else is learning and growing and feeling weird and odd at the same time that you are. Okay, so 3 things that you want to remember at a networking event. 1, who you are. Know that before you sign up, before you get into the room. 2, what you want. If there's someone in specific that you really want to talk to, make sure that you get to talk to them. You should also talk to 3 people and then keep going if you feel comfortable doing so. And then 3, nobody knows what they're doing. Everybody else feels weird and awkward, even if they are putting on a front that they're not really sure, that they're really sure about what they're doing. So you're not the only one who is being awkward and introverted at a networking event. Nobody knows exactly sometimes why they're even there. They sign up because their friend told them to go. So remember that as you go to these events. Great. So as we wrap up, I would like to remind people that if you like this video, or if you have something to say, or you have a question, please email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. And if you're on Facebook, leave a comment underneath the video. And if you watched this video and said, Mahlena, I really need to get my networking skills together, and you seem like you can help, then email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. As you may notice on my Facebook page, if you're looking at it on a Facebook page, there are little things that say, what is it called? Networking strategy session. Yes, that's what they're called. Networking strategy sessions. So as I mentioned in a previous video, networking strategy sessions are 30 minutes long, and we talk about you mostly. And by we, I mean you talk and I listen and write stuff down, and we formulate a plan that you can enact that day to start networking now. And then the 3 outcomes to the session at the end of the 30 minutes, either we'll say, yes, let's work together, and I will explicate how we can do more work together. 2, I'll say, here's who you need to talk to, because it's not just about me, it's about you and finding the best solution for your needs. And 3, the other option is something else entirely, which is usually you need to do more work on what exactly you want so I can figure out the best way to help you. Or you don't need to do anything different. You're doing amazing. Keep going. Yay! So if you'd like to sign up for one of those sessions and have one of those outcomes, please email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.